Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from latest lead.
Okay, how much impact did Bollywood have on your life growing up?
Not very much. Not very much. There's some films that I have watched and enjoyed. Lagan, I obviously love, but that's from that's a very old film now. Dangal I saw recently, but again I said, oh, I recently saw Dangal, and someone was like, that came out a very long time ago. Dil Wale, Dulhania Le Jayenge, K3G, all of those movies I've seen.
I made you watch one, Shammi Kapoor.
Yeah, those films. Yeah. Black and white films also I've seen.
Yes.
But not recent things for whatever reason. But I've seen older films.
When I'll tell you a very funny story. When she was a child, we were traveling business class from Bombay to Goa, and she was sitting next to me and my son and my mother on the other side, and Anupam Kher was putting his luggage up, and he looked back and, said hello, and I said hello, and then he was sitting next to Amitabh Bachchan, and she had no idea who he was. And he turned around and he was most amazed. So when he got off the flight, he said, come, and he held her hand and took her out. And she was telling everybody after that, I met a gentleman called Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. And I was like, oh my God. And I didn't know how to explain to her. I didn't say anything to him, but I was reading a book and I said, Devika, he's the equivalent of, I didn't know what to say. And I said, Marilyn Monroe, I don't know where that is. And because I was trying to find the right words. And I said, he's such a big deal. So that was, she did fail as far as Bollywood movies. Because she was growing up there, I showed her lots of theatre, lots of Broadway. I used to take her to London to watch 3 shows in a day of lots of English theatre, Shakespeare theatre. So, and then my friends here, when she'd come, would show her, I think your first movie was at 13 or 14 in a theatre. And she said, oh my God, you get bail in a theatre? She was more excited about that.
Okay, just a suggestion. DDLJ is still playing in theatres in Maratha Mandir.
Okay.
Check it out. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience to watch it in the theatre with a crowd shouting and hooting.
Oh, fun.
Maratha Mandir, DDLJ.
DDLJ.
Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge.
Oh, Dilwale. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been over 20 years still playing in that theatre.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I love that movie.
okay, I love that movie. Was there any new thing you learned about your daughter while on the course of this film?
Good question.
Yeah, I did actually. I knew that she has some of my traits, which is...
She's as beautiful as you, of course. What other traits are we talking about?
No, I think she has some of my... Actually, she's very different in the way that I was so glad that from dance she went into acting. Because see, sometimes it's hard when you're both in creative fields. So she went into acting, and she's also a very good singer, both Western and Hindustani. And she has performed often and plays a lot of instruments, piano and violin, all very well. But what I found was that she's like me. Once she gets a bone in her mouth, she's not letting go. So she, the grit that I saw slaving away. I mean, we're putting light of a lot of things, but she developed a lot of allergies on the shoot to the horses. So she used to break out in hives. We used to kind of give her shots to make sure that, there weren't any kind of swelling. But a lot of things happened, which we didn't know why. But, she was just like, let's move on. And we never skipped a shoot. And that was good to know.
Elephant in the room question. Mane Karne Ka release started off this year and your movie is ending this year. Is there a fear of comparison that might happen?
Where's the elephant? I don't see it.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think everyone has been asking this, which means it must have done very well, that film. And I'm very glad. Because there's always positivity with positivity. I don't think there'll be a comparison simply because it's a different movie. I did not see it, but you've seen it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you have British actors who are playing Palmerston and Victoria?
I wouldn't know about their origin.
But do you have Victoria in that
The Queen
movie?
No.
Do you have Hugh Rose and do you have Palmerston? So now if you have 6-7 characters in my film that are not in some other film, obviously in a 104-minute movie, that story has to be something that is not somewhere else. So it's a different way. It's like me telling you the story of Gandhi only from Saurashtra, or should I tell it to you from what happened in South Africa?
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
And
Devika?
I also think the question in and of itself and the fact that it's being asked is very interesting, just because why can't there be many movies made about this iconic character in history, and why can't there be different types of movies for different people? And like, we don't have any song and dance in our movie, which means that some people won't want to see a movie without song and dance. Absolutely.
In 2012, 3 movies on Bhagat Singh released in the same year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 3 movies.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs.
Steve
had,
Jobs,
you
the
know.
same thing happened.
So I honestly don't even know why people ask this question, because I hope there are many more. I hope one more comes out next year.
I'll tell you why people ask this question. It makes a nice headline. That's all, nothing else. Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us. It was lovely meeting you guys. Thank you.